So you turn the key, the engine cranks over, but it just will not catch. Or maybe it starts but runs rough and lacks power, triggering that annoying malfunction indicator lamp. If your scanner is showing you code P0193, we are looking at a fuel rail pressure sensor circuit high input. This applies to most modern fuel-injected engines, whether you are driving a gasoline Ford or a diesel Volvo. Here's the deal. The fuel rail pressure sensor tells the computer exactly how much pressure is waiting at the injectors. When this code sets, the sensor is sending a voltage signal that is stuck way too high for too long. The computer sees this high voltage and thinks the fuel pressure is through the roof, or that there's a short in the wiring. Because the computer is confused, it might shut down the fuel pump or mess up the timing, leaving you stranded. Before you start tearing things apart, check for technical service bulletins or TSBs for your specific model, as this is a known issue on many cars. Locate the sensor on the fuel rail and look closely at the connector. We are looking for chafed wires, burn spots, or that nasty green corrosion on the metal terminals. If it's green, clean it with electrical contact cleaner or 91% rubbing alcohol and a plastic brush. A bad connection is often the only problem. Also, pull the vacuum line off the sensor if it has one. If gasoline drips out of that vacuum line, the internal diaphragm is ruptured and the sensor is toast. Replace it. If the wiring looks good and dry, you can test it with a multimeter or a scan tool. But usually, if the code persists after cleaning, the sensor itself is the bad guy. A huge word of caution here for my diesel friends. Diesel fuel rails run at insane pressures, sometimes over 35,000 psi at full load. That's enough to cut right through skin and inject fuel into your bloodstream, which is incredibly dangerous. If you're not comfortable or don't have the right safety gear for high-pressure diesel systems, let a pro handle the physical sensor swap on a diesel. For gas engines, it's usually a simple bolt-on fix that'll get you back on the road in no time.